Reid Yoshimura, based out of Los Angeles, California. I'm a yoga teacher. I want to thank my refuge house for allowing me to participate in this special event, Movement for Freedom. This is the second year in a row that I'm participating, so I'm truly happy and excited to be here. Thank you to all the workers and volunteers at my refuge house. Thank you especially to all the girls at my refuge house. This is your time for the entire month of May to be super selfish with your self-care. It's a time for you to nourish yourself, time for you to shine. It's a time for you to move and to just have fun. Movement is health, and health is wealth. Without your health, we really don't have much. We can't do all the things that we love doing. So it's important to remember that and not ever take it for granted. With that, I would like to guide us through a short, gentle yoga flow. Let's start in a gentle child's pose. Your knees are hip width distance. Your big toes are touching as you sink down into your hips, lengthening your tail back and lengthening your arms forward. Let your forehead rest on your mat. And let's turn off our thinking mind. Let any thoughts that pass through continue to pass through like water falling through a drain. Let's check in with our breath, noticing without judgment how it's flowing. Let's turn our attention inward into our body now, noticing any sensations that may be arising. Let's take a few deep cleansing breaths, letting all the air out of your mouth. And then taking a deep inhalation through your nose, holding at the top, and letting it all out of your mouth. Let's take one more of those. Deep inhalation through your nose, holding at the top, and letting all the air out of your mouth. Let's slowly work our way up into a comfortable seated position, sitting down on our heels. If that doesn't feel comfortable, feel free to sit cross-legged, bringing our hands in prayer at our heart and closing our eyes if that feels comfortable. I would like to set an intention for today's practice, and that is giving ourselves a little loving kindness, a little self-care and nourishment while we flow on our mats today. We could be our own worst critic. So today, let's be a little kind to ourselves and give ourselves a break. There's no stress, no worries. There's nothing that we need to do, nowhere we need to go, no one we need to be. Let's leave any to-do lists, any worries, any doubts out the door as we practice today. Remember, there's no wrong way to do a pose. Do what feels comfortable in your own body. Let's take another deep breath together, inhaling through our nose and exhaling out of our mouth. Let's start the sound of our Ujjayi breath, sealing our lips closed, and inhaling and exhaling out of our nose. It should sound like waves crashing on a beach. Let's have a good practice. Starting off in cat-cow. Placing your hands directly below your shoulders. Palms are grounded on the mat as you lift up, out. Knees are directly below your hips. And on your next inhale, lift your head, lengthen your heart, lift your tail. And exhale, chin to chest, hollow out your belly, tuck your tail. Inhale, lengthen your heart, lift your head, lift your tail. Pull your hands and knees toward each other. And exhale, chin to chest, hollow out your belly. Pull your hands and knees away from each other. Let's do one more of those. Inhale, lengthen your heart, lift your head, lift your tail. And exhale, chin to chest, hollow out your belly, tuck your tail. Coming into a neutral position. Tucking your toes, lifting your knees up just a little bit. And bringing your hands and knees, trying to bring them close to each other as you work your abdominals. And on your next exhale, coming up into your first downward facing dog. For the first one, let's keep it gentle. Do whatever feels comfortable. Feel free to bend your knees. Feel free to pedal out your legs. You want to ground your palms, weight more on the index finger and your thumb as you lower your heels closer to the ground. On your next inhale, coming into plank. Lifting your hips up, rounding your palms and lifting your arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower halfway. And slowly work your way onto the ground. Lengthening your feet back as far back to the mat as you can. And stretching your arms up, but over your head. Karate chopping the ground. On your next inhale, lift your arms, lift your chest and head, and lift your legs. Just try to create length and space. Doesn't really matter how high you get. Exhale down. And clasp your hands behind your back. And lengthen your arms towards the back of your mat as you inhale, lifting your head and chest. And stretching your arms back. And then lifting your legs. And lowering onto the ground. Placing your palms directly below your elbows, setting up for cobra. On your next inhale, lifting up your head and your chest, getting your shoulders away from your ears, keeping your legs engaged. And exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Tucking your toes. Taking an inhale. And on your next exhale, coming into plank. Grounding and pressing up out of your palms. And coming into downward facing dog. And slowly walking your hands back to your feet. Coming into a lazy forward bend, Uttanasana. Feel free to bend your knees. Let your head hang heavy. Let your elbows hang heavy. Feel free to sway back from side to side. Let's change the crossing of your elbows. Softening your belly. And slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Head coming up last. Coming into mountain pose or Tadasana. And then walking to the front of your mat. On your next inhale, float your arms to the sky. Float your arms down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, float your arms to the sky. Exhale, float your arms down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, ground your hands and bring your left foot back. Left knee on the ground, coming into half lunge, setting up, bringing both hands to your right knee, tucking your tail. You should feel the stretch on your front hip on the left side. Let's clasp our hands behind our back and lengthen our arms down to the ground as you open your heart, ready to receive. Inhale, float your arms to the sky, clasp your hands and flip them up, stretching your shoulders. And then bringing your right palm onto the ground. And on your next inhale, lifting your right hand in the air for a gentle twist. Stay here for a breath or two. Slowly reaching back with your right arm and then lifting your left foot and grabbing your left foot, coming into a gentle quad stretch, opening your right shoulder up, staying here for a few breaths. And then gently releasing your foot and extending your right leg forward, heel on the ground, flexing your right foot back and folding forward. And then bringing your right foot over to the left side of your mat, setting up for reclining pigeon. Right knee goes to the right side of your mat. Lengthen your left foot back. And then resting your forehead on the ground. Staying here for a few breaths. Coming up onto your palms, tucking your left toe, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left foot up in the air. Exhale, bring it through in between your hands, setting up for half lunge on the other side. Right knee is on the ground. Both hands are on your left knee. Tucking your tail. And then clasping your hands behind your back again and lengthening toward the ground as you inhale, opening your heart, ready to receive. And then on your inhale, floating your arms to the sky and clasping your hands and folding your hands up for a shoulder stretch. And releasing your right palm, grounding it on the ground. On your next inhale, lifting your left arm to the sky for a gentle twist. Then slowly reaching back and lifting your right leg off the ground and grabbing your right foot, coming into a gentle quad stretch on your right side, opening your left shoulder, kicking your right foot to your hand, then slowly releasing your foot, extending your left leg forward, heel on the ground, coming into a forward bend as you flex your left foot back. Stay here for a few breaths. And bringing your left foot to the right side of your mat. Your left knee goes to the left side. Coming into reclining pigeon, lengthening your right foot back. And then resting your forehead onto your mat. Lengthen your arms forward in a comfortable position. Ground our hands to our mat, tuck our right toes, and then coming into downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breaths. And slowly walking up to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Weight falls to the back of your heels. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, float your arms to the sky. And float your arms down into mountain pose, Tadasana. Let's bring our hands back together in prayer. And remembering our intention, giving ourselves a little loving kindness. In fact, let's give ourselves a hug. Let's stretch our arms out wide. And then give yourself a hug. Right arm over left arm. You could feel the back of your shoulder blades stretching out your shoulders. Bring your arms back out. And then switch to crossing, giving yourself another hug. If you don't give yourself a hug, you might not get a hug in a long time, so. Inhale, float your arms to the sky. Exhale, float your arms down. On your next inhale, let's bring your right foot out wide on the long side of your mat for a wide-legged pose. Stretch your arms out wide. And then turn your right foot out 90 degrees. Knee goes directly over your ankle if that feels comfortable, grounding the outer left edge of your left foot. Gaze goes over your index finger. Stay here for a breath or two. And then coming into side angle pose. Right elbow on right knee as you lengthen your arm up over your head. And then coming into reverse warrior. And coming back into warrior two. And then straighten out your right leg. Bring your right foot back into a neutral wide-legged position. Arms stretch and spread, spreading wide. Turning your left foot 90 degrees. Left knee over your left foot or ankle if possible. Should be heel to heel. Edge of your outer right foot grounds down. Coming into warrior two. Let's stay here for a few breaths. And then coming into side angle pose. And then coming into reverse warrior. And then back into warrior two. And then swing your right arm over. And palms ground down, left foot comes back to meet your right foot, knees drop to the ground, then your chin goes to the ground. Setting up for cobra pose. Inhale, cobra pose. And tucking your toes, coming into downward facing dog. And slowly lower your knees to the ground. Coming back into a child's pose. Big toes touch. And let your forehead rest and melt onto the ground. Again, let's turn off the thinking mind. And slowly working your way back up to a seated position, and then bringing your legs, swinging them forward, coming up to a seated position. Keeping your spine straight. And then bringing the soles of your feet together for butterfly. Soles of your feet together. Knees fall gently to the ground. As you clasp your toes, you could lengthen out through your torso. Stay here for a few breaths. And let's gently grab the outside of your knees, bringing your knees back together and lengthening your legs forward. On your next inhale, float your arms to the sky. And exhale, float your arms down. Let them land wherever they go. You could bend your knees if that feels comfortable. Just make sure your spine is straight and not rounded. You grab your big toes. And then slowly rolling down into Savasana. Lengthening your legs forward and lifting your chest and scooting the bottom tips of your shoulder blades together as you open your heart. Then bring your feet to your mat and hugging your knees in. And then lengthening out, letting go of your left leg, holding on to your right knee, and then gently twisting over to your left. And extending your right arm out to the right. Gaze could be over your right side if that feels comfortable. Bringing your right knee back and bringing your left knee to meet your right knee. Giving yourself another hug. Then releasing your right leg to the ground, holding your left knee, and then gently twisting over to your right. And extending your left arm out to the left. Gaze should be over your left side if that feels comfortable. Bringing your left leg up, and then your right knee or leg comes to meet your left leg. Giving yourself another squeeze. And grabbing the outside edges of your feet, coming into happy baby. Squeezing your legs back in, giving yourself a last gentle hug before Savasana. And releasing your legs out, setting up for Savasana. Letting your body get heavy. Letting your breath flow naturally. Relaxing our entire body. Relaxing our feet. Just gently noticing any last lingering sensations in your body without judgment. Just gently noticing and releasing it into the ground. Relaxing your ankles. Relaxing your thighs. Relaxing your pelvis. Relaxing your stomach or abdominals. Again, noticing any last lingering areas of any sensations and releasing it into the ground. Relaxing your chest. Relaxing your neck area. Relaxing your jaw, your mouth. Relaxing the area in between your brow. Relaxing your forehead. Relaxing your entire body. Relaxing your mind. And relaxing your being. Completely surrendering. Savasana. Slowly bring our awareness back into our body. Wiggling our toes and fingers. Bringing the awareness back into our breath. Bringing your feet up gently and rolling over to your right side. Bringing your right arm up, making yourself a little pillow. Keeping your eyes closed. And slowly making your way back up into a comfortable seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, if that feels comfortable. Let's bring our hands back together in prayer at our heart. Finish with a loving kindness mantra. Feel free to repeat after me out loud or silently in your head. May I be safe and protected. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be calm. Taking one last deep breath together. And exhaling out of your mouth. Namaste. Okay. Thank you.